Hello friends, you are watching the YouTube channel Dastak Media. I am Vinod Shukla, here to share with you the amazing stories of Baba Neem Karoli. In this series of incredible tales, today we talk about Baba Neem Karoli and the literary figures Sumitranandan Pant, Dharamveer, Mahadevi Verma, Niralaji, and Jagat Prasad Chaturvedi. These are some of the names who were devotees of Maharaj. They had the privilege of being in Maharaj-ji's presence. How did Sumitranandan Pant come into contact with Maharaj-ji? How did these renowned literary figures of India become associated with Maharaj-ji? Brother, there are very few references to this. Let me tell you, let's talk about Pant-ji first. Many of you must have seen several interviews of Rabu Dada. You must have seen Rabu Dada's grandmother, father's mother. Her name is Madhavi. So, Madhavi Pant, you must have understood now. Sumitranandan's elder sister, Madhavi Pant, was married to Rabu Dada's grandfather. Isn't that right? And Rabu Dada himself is a devoted follower of Maharaj-ji. His father, Hemchand Joshi, spent a lot of time with Maharaj, didn't he? His mother prepared Maharaj-ji's prasad, blessed food, for a very long time. So Sumitranandan Pant was among the most devoted followers of Maharaj. One incident relates to his stay and interactions in Allahabad. So now you must have understood that Rabu Dada's grandmother is Madhavi Pant. So she married Baba, who was also a devotee of Maharaj-ji. His son, Hemdavi, was a devotee, and his son, Rabu Davi Mridul Joshi, and all their children, everyone in the family, are devoted followers of Maharaj-ji. Not just the family, but even the relatives are all devoted followers. And now you must have understood that Pant-ji is among the most devoted followers of Maharaj-ji. So once Maharaj-ji was staying briefly at Pantji's place. It was summer, extremely hot, and it was midday. Maharaj-ji said to Pant, "Pant, your friend is coming here with a red rose for you." Pant said, "At this time, right now, it's currently very challenging and difficult." Pant said that it's so hot right now with heat waves blowing. Who would even come to see this? Since Maharaj-ji said it, there must be some truth to it. So you came out of the house, opened the door, and stood there. What do you see? Coming straight from ahead is Dharamveer Bharatiji. He was among India's great journalists and literati, and his pen has given us invaluable works. So now, a writer's friend, a poet's friend, is also a writer. So Dharamveer Bharati is walking towards him. So he saw him and said, "How are you standing outside in this heat?" Pantji said that Maharaj-ji is here, and he said, "Your friend is coming, bringing a red flower." And when he looked at his hands, there was a bright red rose in his hands. So I told you this incident because Maharaj-ji said it right then. Sometimes when he's in a good mood, he says such things. Now Pantji brought Bharati-ji inside. When they came in, Bharati bowed. He had heard the name, but was seeing him for the first time. Bharati-ji said, "Sir, I am meeting you for the very first time." Maharaj-ji said, "I have already met you before, many times." Now Bharati-ji, he used to be in many programs, and where they had met, how, he couldn't remember. So he said, "Maharaj-ji, we have never met." He said, "No, we have indeed met before. Once, when you were passing through a verdant forest with your cherished friends, there was a sacred temple built there, and you distinctly said, 'Which Baba, which crazy Baba had this temple built?' Well, I am that Baba. I am that crazy Baba." Then Dharamveer Bharati remembered that they were passing through a forest with friends, and seeing a temple in a deserted place, he thought, "Who would come here to worship?" and said about the builder, "Which crazy Baba built a temple here?" Because if a temple was built, it was usually Babas who built them. And let me tell you something special. Dharamveer Bharatiji didn't have much interest in saints and sages. Well, you were a writer, a journalist, so it's fine that you came in contact, and that was it. But from that day on, he became a devoted follower of Baba Neem Karoli. This was a simple incident that I shared that This is a simple incident I narrated that Maharaj-ji was at Pantji's place, and all these literary figures who were Pantji's friends, one by one, became connected to Maharaj-ji, even if they didn't have much inclination towards saints and ascetics. And often people don't want to stay in touch with such things, but once they came into contact with Maharaj-ji, they became his devoted followers. So I dedicate this episode to Niralaji, Mahadevi Verma, Pantji and Dharmveer Bhartiji and their entire circle of friends. Because as Krishnadas ji once said about Maharaj-ji, do you know what he said? He said that thousands upon thousands of people, thousands upon thousands of devotees received Maharaj-ji's blessings and then disappeared somewhere, no one knows where. We don't know where that old woman is now, the one who came with her eyes full of tears and whose son's suffering, he was in distress, was alleviated by Maharaj-ji. They don't know that many children used to come from several kilometers away just to receive the food prasad, some from 10, 20 kilometers away. Back then, there weren't many vehicles, so they would walk on foot, have their meal, and then leave. This was how the process of this grant began. Just now, it has been written, and as I told you earlier, even in the last session, he mentioned it. So friends, these stories related to writers from every section. When I came across these two stories, I thought I should share them with you. Did you like them, friends? Do let me know honestly. There are more things about Pantji as well. Well, as we go along, I just remembered that Rabu Dada's comfort was gone. Pantji is their relative and he was supposed to come to the wedding procession, but for some reason he couldn't make it. Now Rahu Dada's father, Hemda, just look at his picture. On one side you see Hemda's photo and on the other you see Sumita Pant's photo. And Pantji's hairstyle is completely different, and it's in that very hairstyle that most people recognized him. People would say, that's not the groom's father, that's Lal Pantji. These are some humorous anecdotes that we've heard that have been shared from various sources and are even written in literature. This is a simple incident I narrated that Maharaj-ji was at Pantji's place, and all these literary figures who were Pantji's friends, one by one, became connected to Maharaj-ji, even if they didn't have much inclination towards saints and ascetics. And often people don't want to stay in touch with such things, but once they came into contact with Maharaj-ji, they became his devoted followers. So I dedicate this episode to Niralaji, Mahadevi Verma, Pantji and Dharmveer Bhartiji and their entire circle of friends. Because as Krishnadas ji once said about Maharaj-ji, do you know what he said? He said that thousands upon thousands of people, thousands upon thousands of devotees received Maharaj-ji's blessings and then disappeared somewhere, no one knows where. We don't know where that old woman is now, the one who came with her eyes full of tears and whose son's suffering, he was in distress, was alleviated by Maharaj-ji. They don't know that many children used to come from several kilometers away just to receive the food prasad, some from 10, 20 kilometers away. Back then, there weren't many vehicles, so they would walk on foot, have their meal, and then leave. This was how the process of this grant began. Just now, it has been written, and as I told you earlier, even in the last session, he mentioned it. So friends, these stories related to writers from every section. When I came across these two stories, I thought I should share them with you. Did you like them, friends? Do let me know honestly. There are more things about Pantji as well. Well, as we go along, I just remembered that Rabu Dada's comfort was gone. Pantji is their relative and he was supposed to come to the wedding procession, but for some reason he couldn't make it. Now Rahu Dada's father, Hemda, just look at his picture. On one side you see Hemda's photo and on the other you see Sumita Pant's photo. And Pantji's hairstyle is completely different, and it's in that very hairstyle that most people recognized him. People would say, that's not the groom's father, that's Lal Pantji. These are some humorous anecdotes that we've heard that have been shared from various sources and are even written in literature. I'm going to talk about a certain very specific group of people. What I want to convey is that people from every single walk of life during that time were among Maharaj-ji's loyal devotees. Only a very small number of them, or should I say a mere handful of these individuals, are still truly among us today, and regrettably only a very limited number of their compelling stories have managed to reach us through the passage of time. With this episode, I'm once again requesting you all, if you have any authentic stories of Maharaj-ji, or if you spent even a moment in his presence, please let us know. We'd love to hear about your experience. Right? Last time, when we were with Mahamandaleshwar Harivratananji in Mainpuri, a saint came by and shared that he had met him and knew the entire Ramayana by heart. We introduced you to him then. So, dedicating this episode to the writers, I'll take my leave now. Ram Ram.